I'm on the way up. I'm on the way up. I'm on the way up.
And be able to use them, for people.
The drama surrounding Shedeur Sanders has officially moved beyond football, beyond highlight reels, beyond Sunday afternoons, and straight into territory few athletes ever reach. This is no longer just a story about arm talent, confidence, or proving doubters wrong on the field. This is a story about power, leverage, culture, and money on a scale that forces both the sports world and the fashion industry to stop and stare. Shedeur Sanders is on the way up, and this time, the elevation isn't measured in yards or touchdowns, but in influence and empire building. In a moment that stunned insiders and sent shockwaves through multiple industries at once, Shedeur Sanders and his brother Shiloh reportedly finalized a jaw-dropping $80 million deal with Amiri, one of the most respected luxury fashion houses in the world. This wasn't some low-level endorsement or a simple social media partnership. This was high fashion, high stakes, and high visibility. Paris. Runways. The kind of rooms athletes rarely get invited into, let alone dominate. Shedeur Sanders is no longer just celebrating touchdowns. He's preparing to walk European catwalks, representing a luxury brand that understands exactly what it's buying. Not just a face, but cultural gravity. Amiri didn't throw $80 million at Shedeur Sanders by accident. Luxury fashion has always chased relevance, but in recent years, relevance has shifted dramatically. The heartbeat of global fashion now runs through sports, street culture, and Black American influence. Brands are desperate to bridge the gap between exclusivity and authenticity, between European prestige and American cultural power. Shedeur Sanders sits right at that intersection. He represents confidence without apology, style without compromise, and a lifestyle that younger audiences already follow naturally. Amiri didn't just sign a football player. They secured a symbol. What makes this moment even more powerful is that it's happening simultaneously with Shedeur's rise in football. His stock isn't rising in one lane. It's accelerating across multiple worlds at once. While most athletes wait until the twilight of their careers to explore fashion or business seriously, Shedeur is doing it in real time, while still building his legacy on the field. Paris isn't a detour. It's part of the plan. But the fashion deal is only one chapter in a much larger financial blueprint. Long before the Amiri announcement, Shedeur had already shown the world that he thinks differently. When Gatorade reportedly put $60 million on the table for a traditional endorsement deal, it would have been life-changing money for almost anyone. Most athletes would have signed instantly. Shedeur didn't. Instead, he restructured the conversation. He pushed for equity, ownership, long-term upside instead of short-term cash. The result was a deal that reportedly gave him a stake in Gatorade USA itself. A small percentage on paper, but a massive position in reality when tied to a company generating billions annually. That decision alone separated Shedeur Sanders from the pack. This wasn't about being flashy. This was about understanding how wealth actually works. Salary ends. Endorsements fade. Equity compounds. The move positioned him not just as a high-earning athlete, but as a future power player whose income doesn't stop when the cleats come off. Conversations about him becoming one of the youngest athlete billionaires while still playing don't sound outrageous anymore. They sound plausible. The same pattern followed his relationship with Nike. Before he ever took a meaningful professional snap, Shedeur had already secured a record-setting deal that made the sports world uncomfortable. Critics questioned whether he had earned it. That skepticism didn't last long. Once he stepped onto the field and triggered performance clauses, the value of the deal reportedly doubled, exploding into a figure north of $250 million. Even more shocking was the structure. A reported 50% share of jersey sales placed him in a financial category almost no rookie has ever touched. While draft position defines perception, Shedeur proved it does not define power. The numbers told the story. Hundreds of thousands of jerseys sold. Demand outpacing players drafted ahead of him. Influence outweighing draft slots. It became clear that Shedeur Sanders wasn't just participating in the system. He was rewriting how athletes navigate it. While others focused on depth charts, he focused on leverage. While others chased validation, he chased infrastructure. Beyond football and endorsements, Shedeur expanded outward with precision. Apparel ventures, consumer products tied to his roots, digital partnerships, and collaborations that extended his reach into gaming, lifestyle, and wellness. Aligning with Tom Brady's brand wasn't symbolic. It was strategic. It linked him to legacy while positioning him as the future. Each move fit into a larger narrative of control and longevity. What makes all of this resonate even more deeply is the authenticity underneath it. In an era where athletes are often criticized for becoming too corporate or detached, Shedeur has maintained a clear connection to the culture that built him. His confidence never reads as forced. His style never feels borrowed. Much of that foundation traces back to Shedeur Sanders, whose influence taught him early that visibility is power, and power must be managed intentionally. But Shedeur isn't copying the blueprint. He's evolving it. The Amiri deal symbolizes more than money. It represents a shift in how industries value athletes. Football players are no longer just performers. They are brands, tastemakers, and cultural anchors. Luxury fashion understands that now. And by choosing Shedeur Sanders to walk their runways in Paris, they're acknowledging where influence truly lives in 2026 and beyond. This isn't a phase. It's a foundation. From stadiums to boardrooms to Paris Fashion Week, Shedeur Sanders is building something that will outlast seasons, contracts, and headlines. He isn't just changing the game. He's changing the definition of what an athlete can be. Now it's your turn. What do you think about Shedeur Sanders securing an $80 million deal with Amiri and stepping into the world of high fashion while still dominating football and business? Is this the future of athlete influence and endorsements? Or is Shedeur simply operating on a level most players haven't caught up to yet? Let me know your thoughts, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next in this incredible journey.